Welcome back to Buzzworthy. In the studio today, we have Navkiren Ghag, who is the co-founder of Throne Room Inc. And they are literally lighting shit on fire. And we will be diving into that today. So, Navkiren, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
What is the shit you're lighting on fire?
Yours and mine.
Which is absolutely true. Because you guys are making incinerating toilets. Mm-hmm. And I know I'm making fun about this, but something you told me on our TV show that we just recorded is about 50% of people don't actually have access to sanitary toilets globally. Mm-hmm. And that's really, really big. So before we even dive into Throne Room and what you guys are building, this incinerating toilet, let's go back in time and your story. Because I think an entrepreneur's story is always so important to like who they become and who they're aiming for in the future. What do you think set you up to actually be an entrepreneur?
I think I had it in me from the beginning. I remember I was in grade 4 or 5, mm-hmm. and I was doing girls' like nails during recess for like a loony. So I've just always had that kind of mindset of like something I can provide and then to get something in return and just sort of like be part of the system and like just help. And just have fun, honestly. Like, I was having fun during recess, and that was me playing. Like, I was just having fun and also making money.
Yeah.
I got shut down because I didn't have a business license.
You know what? I really have to put together all the stories that entrepreneurs tell me of their businesses they had when they were, you know, like kids. Because we had a guy here a couple episodes ago that used to sell like used hats out of his like locker. Oh, wow. And then he got shut down. So like all these business owners, they're just taking risk as children. And yeah. I think that is probably one of the bigger markers that needs to be studied about like, yeah. Is this person going to become a business owner? And what are those markers of success around that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of kids do play it safe. Mm-hmm. And like that makes sense because, you know, that's how we're supposed to raise to be. Like, but I don't know. It was fun. I wasn't really thinking about it. And that's probably why I got shut down. If I had gone through the right avenues, perhaps I would have a very successful nail salon right now.
It's okay. You have all the skills. You can always open another one. I really, really love that. And what is it about, you know, being able to offer someone something of value that you think stuck with you over these years?
Honestly, just seeing these girls be happy because some of them, like they didn't really, their parents never got them nail polish or they never had time. I don't know, we were so young. We were like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
It was just how happy they got, like a quick recess and like you just can get it done and now you have pretty nails.
Yeah. It's incredible because like, even though like there wasn't something like of tangible value, like their joy, that's the biggest thing everybody's trying to sell us today, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's trying to sell us happiness. But through that, you really learned what value is, mm-hmm. really. And that came out in the story of when you were sort of introduced to Chris's grandfather's business, mm-hmm. Which Chris is your husband, yes. Who's and behind co-founder. The scenes here and co-founder. You can't see him, he's shy, but maybe we'll get him on another episode.
Could he pop in and wait?
Pop in? Are you popping in? Hey! Love that. Yeah. Oh, it definitely was in. You were close enough to know. Thank you for being here and being behind the scenes support mm-hmm. in so many good ways. And a lot of, you know, the story of Throne Room sort of starts with you and your grandfather and Navkiren. You and Navkiren now are taking this to another level, which is exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's always about the people in the communities you can serve. And mm-hmm. Chris's grandfather did a lot of that back in the day. And we're just fortunate that he gave us his blessing, wants us to continue, and we can just sort of pick up where he left off. And mm-hmm. with, you know, same functionality, a little bit more modern of a design.
Yeah.
And we want to serve people and continue doing good.
Yeah. Which is, what every business needs. You need this purpose that drives you beyond just the monetary value of what you get out of it. And ultimately, every business, your goal is to simply solve a problem. Solve a problem that's painful enough for somebody to really say, this is worth me paying something for it. But before we even get into that section of the business, like, what was the founding story for Chris's grandfather?
Basically, he was approached by someone with the designs of the toilet and was like, hey, can you make this? And his grandfather said, yeah. Guess I can.
Yeah.
So he just started making them, and there's a lot of demand for it. There's a lot of people who live off grid, and as people who live in cities, we don't often think about that, but there are a lot of people who need the store burn and like toilets like this in their off-grid communities.
Yeah. Yeah. Even in countries like, so my background is like, I was born in Guyana, and even countries like Guyana, things like septic tanks are still, they're wildly used, everywhere. And so when you think about the maintenance around them having to breathe, all of this stuff, potential of, the cost, potential of them leaking, all of this stuff that can cause a lot of sanitation challenges. And what you're doing with Throne Room is really creating this very sanitary product that is also very, very sustainable. It doesn't take up a lot of space at all. And it's impacting people that live off grid quite significantly. Yeah. So that's okay. I talk a lot.
I wasn't sure what I should add on.
Yeah, that's okay. So when you think about, his story, like what was he an engineer at the time? What do you think made somebody go up to him and just say that?
He worked at a steel company, so they were like making steel parts, and I don't really understand the manufacturing world, but related to steel.
Okay.
So he was in a place where he could manufacture new items at his current facility.
Yeah.
So I think that's what made it possible.
Okay.
And he had a really good amount of experience working where he worked.
Yeah. I think what's incredible about entrepreneurs a lot is they just say yes to so much that eventually they just say yes to the right thing. And something in me feels like that is probably what happened with your grandfather. He's like, well, of course, I can build anything,
Yeah.
And then he took this on and started to build it, and eventually built a business for over a couple decades, right? So he started in the 80s.
Yeah.
And then you guys took over in sort of 2024.
Yep.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's been an amazing adventure.
Yeah.
And we first went up to him and we're like, what if we brought this back? And he was over the moon. He was so happy. And the IP like got transferred to our company. And yeah, he's just so happy that we're bringing it back. And we're so glad that we could do it in front of him and sort of have his blessing and have him guide us as well.
Yeah. What was that moment when you realized that we can do something with this and we don't want to see it die?
So when Chris and I started dating, he had told me about it, and it sort of like sat in the back of my head. And I was like, I feel like we would discuss often that like there's something we can do here, but we didn't really know how to start or anything. And then through my university, like entrepreneurship and like business came up, and it just clicked one day. And I approached some professors and some faculty that were there and did market research, and basically everything culminated to say, yes, do it, bring it back. People need it, and we can do it.
Yeah. That's a big challenge to take on, because sometimes when you're building something from scratch, you're so attached to it that sometimes you can't see what you need and what might be something better for it. But there's, I think, a different level of like care and responsibility that comes from taking over something and then bringing it to life with your own vision. Do you have any like fears around that?
Yeah, like we want to do right by him and right by all the people who already own the old model of the toilet.
Yeah.
So we don't want to bring something that's, kind of goes against his vision in the beginning. And the whole point of people moving off grid and having fun and like being adventurous and wanting to be in the wilderness or even just owning a cottage. Like we want to really embody the spirit of being one with nature and being very conscious of our environment and our planet.
Yeah. And what's the environmental impact of the throne room incinerating toilet?
So it's less carbon output than our traditional flush toilets. So it's decently good for the environment. Is it the best? Like, is there no carbon output? No, like there is some, but it is the best option on the market at the time. And there are other things like pit latrines or compostable toilets, which are much less carbon output, but they're also very labor intensive. So that's not an option for everybody.
Yeah. In today's world where we are just so, our calendars are stuffed.
Yeah.
We don't even have enough time to sleep.
Yeah.
Do we have time to,
rotate
our
poop.
toilet,
Yeah.
take our poop out, change the bag?
Yeah. And if it's done wrong, it can lead to soil and water contamination, and pit latrines often lead to soil and water contamination. And you don't want any of that or the health concerns that lead going from there.
Yeah. I know this is a funny story. But I didn't actually know about compostable toilets until The Real Housewives. There was an episode recently. They did a wife swap. Oh. I don't know if you watch Real Housewives, but they're my girls. And they did wife swap. And one of the wives, Angie, she went to this family that sort of lived off grid, and they had a compostable toilet. And that was actually the first time I heard of a compostable toilet. And I was like, what? And then they told her like she had to take the bag out. And I was like, oh. And so, yeah, wouldn't work for me. But an incinerating toilet, tell us about like how it works and why, it's really saves on time. It becomes more sanitary and you don't risk contamination, especially if you have a compostable toilet. You're maybe also farming outside in your backyard. So then how do you create enough space between your food that's growing and your poop?
Yeah. So our toilet, you essentially go to the bathroom and then every 40 uses, which is about a week's worth of bathroom visits for a couple. So at the end of the week, you put in some anti-foam, and that's because pee likes to boil over.
Okay.
So you put in,
Interesting.
there's anti-foam on our website too if you are curious about it. But basically, you put some anti-foam in, and that prevents anything from boiling over. It does its burn cycle. A regular burn cycle would be about 4.5 hours, so we recommend doing it overnight.
Okay.
If you live in a cold environment or a really high altitude, you might need up to 6 hours, but that's the maximum amount of time it would take.
Is for the high altitude, is that an oxygen thing?
I think so. So because it's a flame,
it needs oxygen to breathe. Yeah. Again, Real Housewives teaches me that. Shout out to Andy and Bravo. But yeah, so that's very interesting. It's so fascinating. So the anti-foam. So when someone is ready to, let's say, burn their weekly use in the toilet, does it just go inside? Is like the anti-foam, does it also like clean the inside of everything? Tell me more about it. I've never heard of this.
So basically, during the burn cycle, everything is completely sterilized. You're left with about half a cup of ash.
Okay.
And it's completely sterile. You can put it in your garden if you want. Sometimes it prevents slugs and certain creepy crawlies that you might not want eating your leaves. But yeah, it's completely sterile. So you don't even have to clean your toilet bowl.
Oh.
So you can just you can vacuum up the ash. You can use a dustpan, however you want to remove the ash. But yeah, it's just about half a cup after the 40 uses, and it's completely sterilized. So there's no bacteria, no contaminants left.
That is very cool. And so I guess the toilet bowl just has like a hole in the bottom of it, which holds everything. And after the burn cycle, that vault sort of opens up, and that's where you can just like vacuum it out.
So it might be easier to think of it as a porta potty.
Okay.
So like everything is in the bowl. It stays in the bowl. So that's part of where we've struggled with like the mental side of things, because in North America, we're not used to seeing our waste. When we're talking to people internationally, they're like, oh, of course, you have to see it. Because like that's how you determine health sometimes, right? You do your business and you look back and you see how you did, like how you're doing. And some people aren't able to get past that. But fortunately, most people living in the wilderness or living off grid don't care about those things.
Yeah.
You can use masking foam. It's similar to like shaving cream. It just covers your waste if you don't want the next person seeing what you did. We also have masking foam on our website. But yeah, it's pretty much like you can cover it up. It doesn't really, the masking foam doesn't do anything chemically, or it doesn't really have a purpose other than just visually covering the waste.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because no, that's, I appreciate masking foam. It's so, what is so interesting? Poop is a conversation clearly everybody loves for whatever reason. And it's the one thing we can all bond over, really. So how is it that you went from air traffic control to being so like deep into this world? That's just so different, you know?
Honestly, I don't know. I enjoyed air traffic control a lot. I loved that job. It was so fun. I loved studying for it. But unfortunately, near the end, I was having some mental health issues, and I just wasn't feeling it as much anymore. And this is the type of work, like now what we're doing through entrepreneurship, I feel like I have a much bigger impact. And I can talk directly to the people I'm benefiting. Yeah. And I don't know, that just makes my soul feel good. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just quit air traffic control one day. And then I decided to go back to school. So, you know, I did accounting and I've done management now. I recently finished.
Congrats.
Thank you. But yeah, and seeing management and like knowing that we can be really good leaders within our own organization, and then also helping so many communities that need sanitation.
Yeah. I think being a good leader is one of the very hallmarks of building a good business. At the end of the day, there are lots of big businesses or lots of businesses that have a lot of impact on the world, but do they have good leaders? And I find the better the leader, the longevity that business has, the potential for that longevity. Obviously, you need solid business fundamentals, but if you're not a good leader, you can't build good teams. Your people aren't staying because they don't like the environment, they don't like how you work, nothing's organized, then they leave. Right? So I think you really focus in on how do I build those leadership skills? How do I build that knowledge base? But also you seem like a very like people person as well too. Like how do you really serve the people is really important. And I think a lot of people think that leadership is just being the boss, being in control. You solve all the problems, but I think being a leader is giving ownership over to the people that are helping you build whatever you're building.
Yeah, our team is so important to us, and from the beginning we decided that we're just going to put so much effort into our team and making sure everybody feels welcome. Like psychological safety is very important at our business. And we're very open to feedback. Every time I have a meeting, I'm like, if you ever have something, tell me. Like it might hurt my feelings, but I'll get over it. It's more important that we build an environment that makes you feel happy and excited to work.
Yeah.
So one thing I heard was you can have an amazing team sell a shitty product.
Yeah.
But a shitty team couldn't sell an amazing product.
Snaps for that. That's 100%, 100%. That's so in terms of when you think about your leadership style, like what is that? Like who are you as a leader to your team?
I like to think that it's pretty balanced. We give some structure as in like, this is what we need done. This is what we're looking for. These are the expectations. Go about it as you want. Like if you think this program's better, if you think this technique is better, you're the expert in that. We just need this done. You do it the way you think is best. And then, maybe we'll circle back and we'll talk about it, we'll go back and forth a little bit, but we'll all grow from this.
Yeah.
We're open to learning. Like, even though we're the leaders, we don't know everything. And we're very fortunate to work with mentors and have our education, but we want to learn from the people working for us. And we don't ever want to feel like we're the boss. So we tell you what to do and you just do it. Like we want to have a conversation about it. Like you tell us what you think and then we tell you what we think. And then we just, we discuss it and, find a common solution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you think most leaders go wrong, especially, in these early days of building a business?
I would say partly becoming the bottleneck because as a business owner, you want to do as much as you can. You want to save costs. You might not want to hire somebody right away. So you end up becoming the bottleneck of your own company. It's really important to, I think, get expert opinions. And we're very fortunate in Southern Ontario. Like we have so many resources. There's so many mentors. There's so many programs you can join with your business. And it's amazing the amount of advice you can get for pretty much free.
Yeah.
So it's always important to talk to people who know more than you and surround yourself with people who know more than you.
Yeah.
And I would say that's the second most common mistake is thinking you know what you're doing and you know everything.
Yeah.
But you can't. You can't know everything.
Yeah.
So, focus on your expertise and let others focus on their expertise and work together.
I love that. I love that. Because you mentioned mentors and having the availability of these mentors, sometimes I see a little bit of over mentorship sometimes, especially in the younger companies where it's as a young company, you're like a little baby bird in a nest, and your whole goal as an entrepreneur is to fly that nest before everybody else in that nest. And what I think mentorship almost does is hold, over mentorship. I'm not saying mentorship in general, but over mentorship, it holds entrepreneurs in that little nest a little too long. How do you know what advice to take from whom and when?
I would say it's being very clear on your vision and knowing where you want the company to be and knowing who you want to serve and just being so clear on where you see the business going. And because we're co-founders, we're able to discuss it with each other. We're very clear on what we want from the business and how we want the business to perform for others. And any advice that helps us take our company to that point is what we take. That's what we'll input into our practices. And then anything outside of that where we think that doesn't really align with our views and it doesn't align with what we're trying to create, that's, keep it in mind, absorb it, but also put it to the side a little bit to be that's not our focus right now.
Yeah. That's actually really good advice. I think that's really great because if you don't have a clear vision, then you don't know where you're going. And I think that's what happens sometimes is then you get so many people in your ear and then your vision goes blurry. And then you're just grappling and trying to hold on to something you can't actually see. And that's really good advice. I like that.
We actually have our mission statement and vision on our website, and that's so that everybody knows where we're coming from, and also a reminder to ourselves and our team members that this is what we work for. This is what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really great. That's really great. So, what has the impact been so far with Throne Room and your stone burn incinerating toilet?
So the store burn's actually international. It's everywhere. It's in Antarctica. It's in Ghana. It's on a barge in the Red Sea. It's in Alaska. It's all over North America.
Wow.
But yeah, there's that. I would say the international impact is amazing. And unfortunately, there was a big gap. I would say, I think 11 years where there was no like store burn, like people couldn't buy it. So we're so glad to bring that back and access even more communities and help even more people.
Yeah.
We've had some charities reach out to us from like Ecuador and Peru, because some of these regions are facing water scarcity already, and that's most likely going to get worse as climate change worsens. So we want to serve as many communities as possible and help them get the sanitation they deserve.
Yeah, that's incredible. It's something that you said it earlier. We as people that live in cities take for granted, but sometimes the second you go even 20 minutes from the center of your city, somebody could possibly be using an incinerating toilet that is great for the environment, that's sanitary for them, and that's highly, highly cost effective. When you told me, and through our TV show that you can listen to on and watch on Cable 14 and cable14.com, that one of the taller gas tanks can last you 9 years with regular use. The cost of that's probably about $100 or so.
Yeah.
And it's lasts you 9 years.
And the nice thing is a lot of communities have access to propane. So they might be facing other scarcity issues, but everyone we've talked to in like these remote areas do still have access to propane.
Yeah.
And that's perfect. Like that's all you need is propane or natural gas.
Yeah, I love that. So in building this business so far, what have you learned about working with Chris?
I think, I don't know, because we don't really work as much together as you would think. It's mostly like the beginning was really fun because we were coming up with the concepts and our vision. And that was the most exciting time. It's like our brand colors and like our logo, like what do we want people to see? How do we want to be perceived? That was really fun. And I think, I don't know, I didn't learn anything new, I think. I knew everything.
Nothing?
I don't know about anything new. Like, he's a hardworking person. He's really smart. And he gets it. You know, like, I don't have to communicate every tiny thing. He gets it. He knows the vision.
Yeah.
He wants to take it there with me. And, like, we both are just so invested in this.
Yeah. I'm just always curious about partners working together because, you know, one of the first things people are always say is like, don't go into business with your friends or your family or like all these people. But I mean, you guys are a couple. You see each other all the time and now you work together. And so understanding that dynamic is, I think, very curious to me. So that's why I just decided to, you know, what can I learn from this?
I mean, we love spending time together. We would spend every waking minute together if that were possible.
I love that. Yeah. Chris says yes.
Chris is nodding off camera. We just love each other's company. And I think that's the main thing is if you like each other, you'll like each other in a work setting, you'll like each other in a home setting. We just genuinely just really like each other.
Yeah. And I think one of the big things, so we had another couple on the show a couple of weeks ago, and one of the big things they talked about was really owning the space that they are in. And so you talked about the initial days of you guys come together, creating the vision, which is great now that you're on the same page. And now you're sort of, you own this component of it, and now he owns this component of it. But you still talk to each other every time, but it's that trust you talked about earlier where you give over, you know, you have direction, you know what the vision is, but you let that person really own it and make those decisions around it. And that seems to be working really well for you guys.
Yeah, I think it's trust, right? If you can trust each other in life, you should be able to trust each other in business. Like you hand over one part of it, as he has done with my part and I've done with his part. You just hand it over and you trust that they'll take care of it.
Yeah. So as you see Throne Room growing, it's global, it's international so far. What do you hope that Throne Room changes in the world?
Honestly, I think there's so many communities that, as we said, like 50% of the population doesn't have access to sanitary toilets. That's what we want to change. I think everybody deserves that. Like it's almost dignity, right? Going to the bathroom and knowing it's going to be taken care of. It's not going to contaminate your surroundings. It's not going to contaminate the water that you're drinking. And it's just easy. Like everybody deserves that ease.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. We want 0% of the population to not have access. So like we want everyone to get access to the sanitation they deserve and that their communities deserve.
Yeah. What's the best story you've heard from a customer so far?
The best story. I think the nice thing about our customers is that they love to talk to us. Like we have such long conversations on the phone sometimes. Like we have some customers that message like, "Oh, that was a great hockey game." Like it's like super casual and it's almost like family. Like we're building a community through our toilets. So that's kind of amazing. I don't know about the best story. I just love hearing everybody's stories because everyone's living off grid. They have a reason that they chose that life. You know, like maybe something happened and they changed, or that's, something they were aspiring to get to and they finally did it. Or like at a lighthouse, like working at a lighthouse, working at a fire watch station, like you need a toilet. So it's amazing that these people that are doing their job but also need a toilet are able to use the store burn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wonder, because these people chose to live off grid, and I think more and more people are choosing that life today. I think the cities are overwhelming, overstimulating in a lot of ways. I was just curious whether, you've heard a story like that that's really like sat with you, that says, wow, these are our people, and these are the kind of people we want to continue serving.
There's nothing that comes to mind right now. I think Chris's grandfather would have better stories.
Better stories, yeah. Has he told you one, Chris?
I've heard many.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember some.
Yeah.
One I do remember is the one, the forget to burn. I remember that one.
Oh, it basically a story of user error.
Hold on. Let's tell the story. No, this is why I asked this question, because there's always something good. So Chris was telling us off, behind the cameras, of a user error story. Let's take that story, Navkiren.
So basically it was at a park. So like imagine summer camp, that kind of park. And people were complaining that it's not working. So Chris's grandfather went out to take a look, and they weren't running the burn cycle. So the poop had piled up outside, like up above the bowl. So you imagine like people were squatting. Like how do you get it above the bowl, right?
Why did you stop when it hit
There's a fill line.
Oh gosh. Scared.
Yeah. So that's probably the funniest. like because you think that everything is pretty straightforward and pretty, I don't know, you would just think to burn, right?
Yeah.
But I guess nobody wanted to take on that responsibility, so people were just piling on their poops on top.
I would personally be like, something is wrong here. Something is wrong. That's wild. That's actually... I can't believe that happened. But, user errors happen sometimes.
Yeah, you
it
can't
is what it
predict
is.
it. Yeah.
But as an entrepreneur, that's what you go out there. You literally go out there to deal with shit.
Yep.
And this time, quite literally.
Yeah. I mean, the nice thing about our business is we all develop potty humor at like 6 years old, and we just keep that going for the rest of our lives.
Oh, that's really great. No, it's true. It's true. So, as we sort of like wrap the podcast, we always end with these three questions. And it's really a reflection of your journey in being an entrepreneur and how you grow as an individual through the process, because this is one of the hardest things anybody will do in their lives. And I know you came from air traffic control, which is one of the most stressful jobs in the world. I think I don't know what it's next to, but I think it might be actually next to like a cab driver, a New York City cab driver. I checked the list, but I forgot. So as you reflect on your journey, what is the biggest thing you've learned about yourself?
I would say the biggest thing I've learned about myself would probably be how adaptable I am. Growing up, I feel like I heard that I was stubborn, and maybe I am. I for sure have a vision and like want to get to it, but I think I'm very adaptable to the surroundings and to customer feedback, to mentor feedback. Like I just want to be the best version of myself. And I think that's what I've learned. Like I'm very pleasantly surprised with myself that I'm able to just, roll with the punches and grow through all of it.
Yeah. And do you have a story that you remember where you're being stubborn about something and you were right maybe and everybody else was wrong?
I don't know. Nothing that
Nothing stands
wouldn't
out
throw
to
somebody
you?
else under the bus. And I don't want to do that.
Is it Chris?
No, Chris is amazing. Chris is amazing.
No, we'll keep them anonymous. We'll keep them anonymous.
No, if somebody watches this, they'll know.
They'll know.
They'll know.
That's okay.
Let's see. Being stubborn. Honestly, I think I was kind of bossy always. And like through entrepreneurship and through my management degree, I've figured out how to be bossy in a good way. Like I know how to do like servant leadership, basically, where I am the leader, but to serve others and to serve the organization rather than just myself and my needs.
Yeah. And how does that attach to your stubbornness?
Because I still get to be the leader. I'm still the boss.
That's right. I like that. I like that. You know what? I think especially as women and as girls, because you had your business since you were in grade 4, painting nails, I think we get a bad rep for being decisive, for being assertive, for being determined. And I think all of those words just get wrapped up in bossy, and it's used as a negative thing against us, but truly it is leadership. It is leadership because you want a leader that's decisive. You don't want someone that's wishy-washy. Nobody can follow anybody that's wishy-washy. Otherwise, you're going as far as maybe the middle of the street and you're going to get hit because you're going to turn around instead of committing to crossing the street, right? So, no, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. What is one thing you're going to leave behind in your entrepreneurial journey so far?
Like in this specific like throne room.
No,
Or, like,
just
within
Yeah,
myself,
within
yeah.
yourself. Yeah, most likely within yourself.
What would I leave behind?
It could
I
be
think-
anything. Some people leave a legacy behind. Some people.
Oh, in that way. Okay.
No, it doesn't have to be
Okay,
that
okay.
way. You can literally answer like, however.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think honestly, just building communities. Like we've already building a community through our toilet, and then the communities that are going to get access to the store burn and get access to sanitary toilets, because our toilet is made to last a lifetime. So you can just replace parts instead of replacing the whole toilet. And I think even after I'm dead and gone, those toilets should be serving the communities that they were sent to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I feel like, were you going to say something, Chris?
I was gonna say she won't talk about it. But I was gonna say more of like her impact as a boss really shows. Like this puts an imprint on our employees and me too even.
Do you want to tell us this, Chris?
Come-
Yeah.
I'm not really good at talking.
Come closer. Come closer to the mic and tell us what Navkiren's going to leave behind. Pull the mic forward to Chris.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, a little messy today. Yeah, I think you're going to leave behind a really good imprint on everybody's, like our employees, including myself, of what they should be expecting in the industry and what or how they deserve to be treated. You're really good at listening to everybody and, letting them know their worth in the company as well. And that really brings it back on us and makes us feel really good about what we're doing. And they deserve to have that feeling like they belong somewhere. And you give that to everyone.
Thank you.
I need some tissues, guys. That was so special. Thank you, Chris. I love that. I can see that. If Chris sees that, I hope you see that as well too.
I try my best. I think everybody deserves to feel welcome at work and to be excited on Sunday night. That's one of our pillars is how do you feel on Sunday night? Are you dreading going into work tomorrow or are you excited for what you can do? So I just want everybody to feel good on Sunday night.
Yeah, that's a good goal. That's a good goal. And the last thing is, what are you taking into the future with you?
I think everyone who's helped us along the way, all the mentors, the professors, faculty members at my university, and even people in casual conversation like this. Talking about it helps more than you ever realize. You go down the road and you're like, that conversation actually opened something for me. I think all of that, the conversations that we've had with so many people because of this business, I think even if we were to retire or sell the business, which we don't plan to do ever, but say we retire, I would still cherish all of these conversations and the growth they allowed me to experience.
Yeah, I love that. What is the most impactful conversation you think you've had about the business so far?
Oh, it's hard to name just one because so many people believe in us so much.
Yeah.
So many people have our backs and we're so fortunate for that. Our families, for sure, all of our friends and just people who have no stake still have our backs. And that's so amazing to see. And everybody says entrepreneurship is lonely, and it definitely can be in your individual experience, but there's such a huge community around it. And there's so many people who want to help.
Yeah.
And I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah. Anything someone said to you that even let's say the moment when Chris's grandfather kind of passed you guys the baton, what did he say to you when you took this over?
I think he was just smiling ear to ear. He was like, yeah, do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. I like that.
And he was asking, how can I help? Include me. I want to still be involved. And for sure. I don't know. I think the biggest thing is knowing the belief exists, everybody that's backing us. And I'm trying to think of something specific that someone has said. I had a professor tell me that, perhaps I could culminate everything I'm learning into a book or into lectures. That really opened my eyes that you think that I have something of value to offer outside of just my business.
Yeah.
Just within me, I have something to offer. And that was really nice to hear.
I think that's impactful because what I think that does for you is it says that no matter the results of what you do here in Throne Room, you can always move on and do whatever you think you're capable of. And I think that's powerful to know that somebody else sees that in you. And sometimes often we're the last ones to see that potential in us. But I'm sure you do see that in you in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Some days more than others. And
it wavers.
And trust. I'm so grateful for Chris as well. He believes in me and he tells me what I need to hear, what he just said here.
Yeah.
You don't always recognize those things within yourself. And it's hard to talk about yourself and praise yourself. So it's nice when others point it out to you and you're like, oh, like you think that about me. That's so nice.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I learned from doing this show is a lot of entrepreneurs put themselves last in almost every way. And over the almost 60 conversations I've had so far, every single entrepreneur I see that in. And when we sit down to have these conversations, they always have these revelations about themselves. And they're just like, wow, I didn't realize how far I've come. I didn't realize that I should be proud of myself in this way. And the growth that they've done, you know, because we're always in the weeds of the business. But every time we sit down, I'm so happy to make this about you and your journey, because often that gets lost. And I hope this becomes an inflection point for you where you can say, no matter what, I know I can, and just keep going.
Yeah, I really appreciate this conversation and like talking to you about it, because it's so amazing. Like to talk to you and your little stories, they're so fun. And I just love chatting about the business, and hearing it out loud helps me solidify my vision as well.
100%. Yeah. This has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so excited to have this come out. And thank you, Chris, for being behind the cameras and, you know, bringing all the support and the most sweet moment that's ever happened on this show. Thank you so much for that. We'll definitely be clipping it. All right. See you guys next time for next episode of Buzzworthy.